Halo is some of the most unique gunfights in any FPS. The longer time to kill gives players more opportunity to recover from initial disadvantages in gunfights. Here are some tips on how to start winning your gunfights more often. The first aspect to aiming is altering your sensitivity and dead zones. Sensitivity is personal preference, but I would recommend anywhere from 2 to 5 horizontal and 3 to 6 vertical sensitivity. As far as dead zones go, I would recommend 5, 0, 5, but these are also personal preference. The next aspect to aiming is using your left stick more than your right stick. You use your left stick to line up your reticle to enemies strafing left and right. And last but not least, I would recommend using the weapon range to practice guns, especially the battle rifle, shock rifle, and sniper rifle. Strafing is moving left and right to make your opponent miss shots. I would use this in tandem with crouching and jumping, but I would be careful jumping because that means you're committing to one direction, and it is very predictable. The most important part of strafing though is mixing things up. Not doing the same thing as to become predictable to your opponent. I would recommend not jumping until you are one shot and you need to, or they are one shot. The most important thing is to get a feel for it. Also keep in mind your mileage may vary. The first piece of equipment I want to talk about is thrust. Thrust allows you to recover after jumping and throw people off during a gunfight to give you an extra edge. When you have thrust and the enemy doesn't, you should basically consider it a free gunfight. Repulsor has two main uses when it comes to gunfights. The first use is to knock people off the edge or push people away from an edge. You can see this on top A on recharge and top tower on live fire. The next use for Repulsor is to block people's melees. People will come up to you and try to melee you. What you can do to counter this is use your repulsor to push them away and catch them off guard. So they'll be stuck in the melee animation, get no damage on you, and you can continue to shoot them. Drop walls will give you cover at a moment's notice. The drop wall is broken up into sections which are broken after they are shot once, so be sure to move to the next part of the drop wall while you're in a gunfight. Using pillars, walls, and head glitches to your advantage during a fight will help you get away when you need to or get the upper hand in the battle. You can also use high ground so you can back away from opponents if need be. Whenever you have the upper hand in a fight, you should definitely try and push your advantage as long as it's safe to do so. If you have more damage on the other player, or have help from a teammate, then I would recommend pushing. In contrast, you should run away if you see multiple people, unless they're both one shot or you have help from a teammate. Or they have the advantage, aka more damage. Those are all the tips I have for you today on how to win more gunfights more often. Let me know if these work for you, and let me know if you have any other suggestions for any other videos, as well as other tips that you might want to share to other players. But as always, have a great day. Later.
Attack.
Oh, he almost got ninja'd. You fucking loser. You were scared. He's got a sense of humor. Yeah, let's try. Okay, 3 times the charm, 3 times the charm. Dude, hit your shots! That is not my fault!